Pretty interesting. Liz, let's get to our guest.
Who is the man that would risk his neck for his brother, man?
Shaft! Chris Arps joining us now, apparently suffering from a little bit of eye strain from watching too much MSNBC this morning. Is that what that was from?
No, from actually watching the eclipse.
Oh, okay.
Even though we had these glasses that were supposed to be 10,000 times more powerful than sunglasses, I think looking up there, I got a little eye strain after that.
Where did you get your glasses?
My fiance got them from her employer.
Okay.
They made it a big day and celebration with the moon pies and sun-kissed soda. And
they announced during the day at some point yesterday that some organization had recalled a bunch of glasses because they found out at the last minute. You know, when you got them for 10 cents a piece from China, you might have wanted to double check on the quality standards.
Well,
there.
Becky hasn't told me she's gotten a memo from the company saying check your glasses.
I don't think many of them are going to admit to it after the fact.
You know, I think yesterday was a good theme for the show. It was Sun, Moon, and Maria.
That's true. Yeah. We had it all,
Sun,
didn't we?
The moon, the stars, and Maria.
And Maria has mooned the country. Don't you think?
Yeah. I think I forgot if it was the Kansas City editorial or the St. Louis Post-Dispatch editorial, but one of them kind of let the cat out of the bag where they did say that this was a horrible statement and this can't stand as a public official. But one of those editorial boards got really political and said this hurts the Democratic Party. This hurts Claire McCaskill having this hung on our necks. She needs to resign for the good of Claire and the Democratic Party. And I think when the bottom line of it, that's what it really is. That she's a drag on the party and for their prospects of next year. And she's a cancer and they want to get rid of her as soon as possible.
Todd Aiken felt the wrath of some fellow party members, too, who were worried at that point, which was kind of stupid because it was too late for them to run somebody else against her. I didn't understand that.
Mark, let me ask you one question. And you know the history of when a Democratic black politician is usually in trouble. Fellow black Democrats and all the civil rights institutions usually circle the wagons around them and try to protect them. Can you name me one major Democratic official that has come forward supporting
defending her?
Yeah, defending her.
No,
white
I guess
black,
I can't.
Or
Can
a
you?
civil rights organization, NAACP.
No, but I'll tell you what I have been told because I've traded text messages with several Missouri politicians.
Mark, I'm your insider.
Okay, so you tell me if you agree or disagree. You tell me if you've heard the same thing I've heard. Right. So after dealing with several Missouri insiders of my own, and I mentioned this on the air a little bit yesterday, but I don't know if maybe you had already cut out of here for your hair appointment or whatever you had to go to. They told me that they're a little worried because at this, as you know, just like when you're trying to get anything to a vote in the legislature, they've looked at the numbers. Now, see if these numbers are correct or not. But I was told that there are 9 Democratic senators in the state of Missouri, and the rest of them are Republicans. They've been told to expect all 9 of those people to vote to support to not expel Maria Chappelle Nadal. And there's at least one Republican senator who has also said that he would not vote to expel her, which means they have a 0 margin of error because of his name's escaping me, but the state senator who just resigned to take a job with the Greitens administration. They haven't filled his position yet. And therefore, they're where the U.S. Senate was before John McCain rolled in and stuck it to them over Obamacare. If you do the math, if all 9 Democrats vote against expulsion plus 2 Republicans, then she stays in the Senate.
Yeah, I don't know who is advising these 2 Republican senators, but to vote to not expel Senator Chappelle Nadal after she made comments about your Republican president like that. I don't know what type of district they think that they're living in where they're going to survive with that.
Well,
and second, the only support of the senators that Maria is going to get is the 2 African American state senators in Kansas City. She may get their votes not to expel. Everyone else is going to vote to expel her.
Okay.
That's
all right. That's your take on it? All right. Well, I hope you're right. I mean, I think the reason that was brought up to me in a couple of these conversations is that they're I think what they were wanting to do was tamp down the expectation that it was an automatic expulsion, that if we get this to a vote, she's gone kind of thing, because then the fear was, well, if we get it to a vote and we don't have the 2/3 votes that we need, she stays in, and people are going to be madder than hell because they're not going to see that coming.
Yeah. At one time, I think when all of this controversy first started with Maria, I think her Twitter feed was getting something like 500 messages a minute or something like that. It was just completely nonstop. If these Republican senators vote against expelling Maria, you're going to have the same thing on their Twitter feed, and they're going to see a fury they have never seen.
I'm going to go ahead and get myself in trouble here because it's what I like to do. My suspicion is if you said she was getting 500 Twitter messages, a minute?
Yeah.
Given the fact that she caters pretty seriously to the progressive left in this country and the ones who have been among those leading some of these protests against Trump for months now, my sneaking suspicion is some of the Twitter messages she got were supportive. I'll guarantee you not all of them were negative.
I went and looked at her Twitter feed and saw it just one after one. It was maybe for every 50 or 60, there may be a positive one, but it was overwhelmingly negative. And I tell you what, this could be ultimately a good situation for Republicans because, you have the state party, you have Senator McCaskill, you've got Lacey Clay, all of them wanting her out. If she does end up staying, then you're creating a division between those party leaders and Maria's faction of the Democratic Party, which could benefit us, the Republican Party, in the long run, having them infighting. Because establishment wants her gone, clearly. But, if she can hang on because they think she has some type of grassroots constituency or it may hurt them, I can't see them doing that. But because Claire is their number one priority. They want her reelected. And they feel she's going to be a drag.
There was another poll out yesterday, and I didn't get to it because we were at the winery all day, but I'll pull it up here and read it to you when we come back. But it was a poll looking at that Senate race as it stands against McCaskill with the suspected opponents and what that might look like shape up at this point. I think. Tell me if I'm wrong here because you're the insider, inside baseball. I'm guessing that a lot of Democrats are hoping with Trump's poll numbers sliding a little bit that would have a positive impact for Claire's chances in the state of Missouri. I don't think it's going to be a 12 or 13-point gap, but my suspicion is whoever runs against her as a Republican, unless they make some strange rape comments like legitimate rape, is going to beat her.
Yeah, I mean, Claire got a lot of or Donald Trump got a lot of crossover Democratic votes all around the country and especially here in Missouri. And if you look at Claire during this August recess, the places that she's been doing town hall meetings where she's focused her attention these last few months have been in the rural areas. So I think that she's hoping that if Donald Trump's poll numbers do slide down, that those numbers are sliding are Democrats that left home and voted for Trump, and she can bring them back. I think that's part of their strategy.
Yep, good. That's Chris Arps. I'm Mark Cox, 314-969-9797. We will get to some more of your phone calls here in just a couple of minutes, so we'll talk about that. We're going to sort of jump into another issue here, and that is the president's speech out in Phoenix and how this the mayor out there has been acting about all of this. And are you a camper? You like to travel a lot. I know that. Do you like to camp?
I'm black, Mark. Black people don't camp.
You don't camp?
No.
I didn't know that.
The only camping experience I ever had in 6th grade, we went to Camp Quiver River in cabins.
Okay.
That's my camping experience.
There's a little bit of a controversy brewing in the camping community over Donald Trump, and we're going to talk about that as well when we come back. 314-969-9797.